hey, Ghostbusters Afterlife is in theaters, and we have already covered Ghostbusters, the original from 1984, so you can watch that video right here. After the first one, people had to wait 5 long years to get a sequel, and even though it's not as good as the original, I think it's still a lot of fun, you know? So remember to get subscribed and hit that like button, and let's begin. We start off 5 years after the first movie. Dana's a mom now, and after stepping on pink slime, the baby stroller starts rolling like crazy, avoiding cars and people and thankfully stopping right before hitting a bus. Now things have been rough at the Ghostbusters, they are no longer ghostbusting. That's because after the mess of the first movie they were sued by basically everybody. So the only thing they do right now is going to children parties. And they are no longer a team either, it's a pair, cause Egon works in a lab and Peter is a TV host in a talk show about psychics. So Dana visits Egon and explains the whole thing, and Egon promises to take a look. The most important thing here though is that Egon says he's doing some experiments on how emotions change the environment. You have to remember that because it's like the whole point of the movie, so I'd recommend you take some notes. And come on, don't use a pencil, use a Sharpie. This is like, you know, this is important, okay? Then we get a look at Peter and his show, but don't waste your Sharpie here and let's move to something else. So Dana is currently working as an art curator. I had no idea she could do that, but I guess you can do a lot of things in 5 years, like making 5 Harry Potter movies or waiting on the line to get a human when calling customer service. Dana has a boss who could easily win the Creep of the Year. His name is Janus, and he's in love with her, but she's not in love with him, and for God's sake, could you just understand she doesn't want to have a date, man? Anyway, that day a creepy painting arrives and it gets even creepier when it starts moving. Ray, Egon and Peter get to Dana, something she didn't want cause the baby's not Peter's son. So time to explain, the two lovebirds didn't work quite well as a couple cause Peter didn't want to take the next step as marriage is scarier than ghosts. You have to keep the toilet seat down and flush every time you go. Whoa, that's crazy, man. So Ray and Egon investigate the apartment and the baby, but there is nothing interesting there except for the cute bond Peter and the new human being are developing. Seriously, look at them, so nice, seriously, it's so nice. Outside, however, the Ghostbusters get strange readings indicating an evil presence under the sidewalk. That's a problem. So they start digging a hole in the middle of the street. At the same moment, Janus is working on the creepy painting when it comes to life, saying it's the spirit of a man called Vigo and wants a child to be reborn, and I think he possesses Janus or something. That was not clear at all. Back to the Ghostbusters, Ray goes down the hole and sees a river of pink slime. He takes a sample and accidentally hits the wires that provide the city with energy. So there's a blackout, and there's when Janus visits Dana asking for the baby. But I didn't get the point of that, as Dana is like, well, the baby's sleeping, you know? And he's like, well, you're right, I should go, I'll probably come back when the plot needs me. Because of the energy crisis, the Ghostbusters are taken to court, and look, Louis takes their case. Awesome, he's not very good at that, as he says he mostly does taxes. But in the end, what saves the Ghostbusters is that the pink slime starts reacting to all the rage coming from the judge, releasing 2 ghosts. The judge, who didn't believe in spirits, dismisses the case, and Egon, Peter and Ray suit up and take care of those things. Yeah, baby, the Ghostbusters are back!
We're the beautiful, we're the only Ghostbusters! We're back!
After solving many cases and helping a lot of people, the team experiments with the slime, discovering when they say bad things to it, the thing reacts badly, but when they say good things, everything is nice. Just look at this toaster filled with slime and dancing to a song, so cute. The next day, Peter visits Dana at work and sees Vigo's portrait. Dana says something important here, that she feels like the painting sees her. That night she's about to bathe her baby when slime starts coming out of the tap. The thing wants to eat both, so she runs away and stays with Peter at his place. All of that is enough for the Ghostbusters to infer Vigo has to do something with the slime. They got to the museum and checked the painting, not finding much right away. But when they check some photos they took, there's a river of slime in one of them. That's nice, but Vigo doesn't want them to interfere, so the picture's set on fire. Obviously, that's not a problem when you have a fire extinguisher. Oh, Vigo, tech has improved in the last 500 years, sorry. Winston, Ray and Egon are suited up and ready to dive in the slime, but Peter is having a date with Dana tonight. By the way, Louis and Janine, the Ghostbusters receptionist, will be watching after the baby. The trio goes to an abandoned railway system under the city, trying to find again the river of slime through more legal ways this time. They are scared by Vigo showing them horrible heads and a ghostly train, but they end up finding what they were looking for. Winston tries to measure the depth of the river, but he's taken by it. So Egon and Ray follow him. That's what I call true friendship. But friendship is not immune to hellish slime, so right as they come out of the sewer, they start fighting until they take out their clothing. So the slime has this effect on people, so whoever touches it, they become violent. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's like the T-virus from Resident Evil. The trio interrupts Peter and Dana's date, and because going inside a fancy restaurant like that is not cool, the police take them. Now I thought they would be taken to jail, but no, they get an audience with the city major, just like last time, though he's now not so keen to accept what the Ghostbusters have to say. I don't know why, like, they saved the city before, so you know they are legit. Anyway, they are put in a mental hospital once again. How's that? 5 years ago there was a ghost apocalypse there, so like, I don't know, man. Told you it wasn't as good as the first one. At Peter's apartment, the baby's suddenly gone from his bed, and in the form of an evil nanny, Janus takes it. Seriously, why? What? I guess that's the side effect of having ghost powers now. Dana arrives at the museum, and right after, the whole building is covered in slime. The liquid level rises up, so the streets of New York are full of that thing. This brings a lot of ghosts to the city just like last time, and just like last time, the major is like, well, I guess it's time to call the professionals, right? The team gets to the museum, but the slime is too hard for those beams. They think that's because the mood of the city is, it's not the best. I get it, it's New York. So they decide to bring to life a symbol of hope using some slime, just like the toaster, and the symbol chosen is none other than the Statue of Liberty. The Green Lady stops at the museum, allowing the team to enter the building, but when they do that, Vigo is no longer in the painting. The Ghostbusters take down Janus by spraying him with positively charged slime. After a few moments, Vigo appears in front of them more powerful and angrier, and after taking down our 4 heroes, he's ready to be reborn. Too bad for him, that was the right moment when people unite together singing outside. That weakens the spirit. He goes back to the painting, revealing his ugly true form, but he's no match for the team now. And that's it. The heroes won, the city saved, and the video is over. So as you could see, this is not as good as the original, I know that. But I don't know, I have very good memories from this movie, especially when I was a child. And this week watching the movie, it was just great. It was great. So I'm hoping that this new Ghostbusters movie is gonna be at least better than Ghostbusters 2. I certainly hope so. I mean, you've got Paul Rudd on it, so it must be good, right? It must be good, finally. That's about it. My name is David. Have a good day and see you soon. Bye.